Alright guys, so I'm walking in Lowe's right now. I had a little problem with my own heat pump at my house. Alright, so I was at my grandmother's house and I get an email that says blah blah blah, this email has been generated by a non-monitored inbox. And it said it said communication fault. That's what it said. It said your system has generated the following message: communication, outdoor unit communication fault. So we're gonna fix that today. I know exactly what it is. Basically, on those Bryant systems, if they lose power on the outdoor unit, or if they have a power surge or get struck by lightning, it will fault that board out because they're very sensitive. But I mean, of course, if you lose power, it's gonna fault out. So what up, dude? What's up? You still got the Mustang?
Yeah, it's out there.
For real? You not gonna get the Jeep?
Huh?
You not getting the Jeep? I'm proud of you. But basically, when I got that email, I was like, as good as I installed this unit, it can't possibly be something wrong with this dang thing. But I got home and I walked around to the surge protector and I saw that the light was not lit up green. So that's why I was like, I don't even have power coming to it, so it's nothing but a power failure. So I'm here to get a breaker. I might put a 60 on it. I think it's got a 30 or a 40 on it. So, I mean, the breaker just went bad. I mean, breakers do that. I got a little clip of me flipping the breaker, and it going, it was arcing up against my the bus bars. So I go Siemens, Eaton, or GE, which I don't think they even carry GE here. I'm not saying that for a price thing. I'm saying that for just the OCD thing. Everybody has their own preference of breakers that they use. I'm probably gonna grab a 60 amp Siemens. I don't know, but I like the flathead screw in. I don't like the, I have a 10-in-1, 50, 60, Eaton. Yeah, we're gonna get an Eaton. Well, I don't know, the back end's different. Let me see. They're pretty much the same. I don't freaking know. I mean, I do know, but I don't know why I'm being so particular. Eaton, Siemens, they're the same on the back. So, from the looks of it, I have a bad breaker going to my unit. Guys, what's the deal, y'all? You see that right there? There's a reason why I went with a dual fuel system. This is step one right here. All right. We're gonna go pay for this, and I'm gonna go and I didn't come here to get nothing else. No, I did not come here to get anything else. That is a problem right there. HVAC technicians and electricians and plumbers, we walk in Lowe's and get more than what we came here to get. So I'm not doing that today. All right, so I'm pulling in my driveway. You know what I'm saying? Fixing to get ready to turn. Well, did I get? Yeah, I did bring them home. They're in the trunk. I had to remember. All right. Got these lights on. All right, so we fixing to get the fixing out. It is, whew. It was 72 degrees, dog. Guys, it was 72 degrees today. My house is humid as crap. All right, I'm gonna pop my trunk. Okay. Get my tools and stuff out of here. Just kind of, you know what? Trying to one-handedly do everything is not really working out at all. All right, just to talk a little bit about what is going on. See that right there? I'm gonna flip it where you can actually see that because I got the orientation reversed. let's talk about this right quick. It ain't gonna take me long. So one of the things I love about the Bryant Evolution Connex control system, or heat pump system, or, well, the Connex control is this, but the Bryant Evolution is the actual unit that sits outside, or their little series or line of units. But basically, this is more or less a look at this bump on my face. This is more or less a self-diagnosing unit. So, like, system fault outdoor unit communication is basically, let's say for whatever reason, this loses communication with the outdoor unit because let's say you replace a board, as you as an HVAC technician, and you replace a board and you forget that one little important little personality chip, that little chip that you have to take out of the old board and put in the new board. I mean, you can order a new one, but as long as it tells, because when you first turn this on, you're going to see this thing identify everything. It's going to go around. It's going to communicate with if your indoor unit, if it's a gas furnace, or if it's a heat pump air handler under the house, or in the closet, or attic, or crawl space, or basement, whatever, wherever your indoor unit is. This is going to talk to that first, and then it's going to talk to the outdoor unit to figure out if it's a straight AC, and then it's going to figure out what size it is, and then if it's going to figure out if it's a heat pump and what size heat pump and how many stages, and if it's variable speed, 2-stage, all of that. And it'll come back and it'll talk to this and say, look, this is what I'm going to have to do to run this system. So I'm going to run this system a certain way because I have this many stages. I'm variable speed. I have this type of furnace, 2-stage gas furnace, or, you know, do I have a variable speed indoor blower motor, or do I have just a single stage indoor blower motor, or do I have an ECM or X13, all that stuff. So, you know, it tells it everything. Basically, this is what I'm talking about here. All right. So this is talking to my unit under the house, the furnace. So the furnace pulls up the model number, the serial number, and as you see, it's a 2-stage. And my gas furnace is a 35,000 BTU gas furnace. It's a small furnace because I don't need a lot of. I could have swore it was a 50,000. I don't know, but anyway, I'll go up under there and look just because now I'm curious. I haven't been up under there in a while, but it even says, do you have UV lights? Do you have a ventilator? Do you have a certain type of filter? Do you have the system set up on zoning? Capacity means 36 means 3 ton. Multi-stage heat pump 36. That 36 stands for 36,000 BTUs. Like you see right here, 36000, because for every 1 ton of air conditioning, you know how people say, I got a 2 ton, I got a 4 ton, I got a 5 ton, I got a 7.5 ton, I got a 10 ton, I got a 15 ton, a 20 ton. For every 1 ton, that's 12,000 BTUs. So mathematically, 12 times 3 is 36. Or 12,000 times 3 is 36,000. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's basically what I mean by it's communicating. Your lower end systems do not have this ability. But with it also being a communicating system, like if I go here, you know, right now, it even tells me exactly how fast it's running. So right now, the heat pump is off, the gas heat's off, the fan's off, everything. And with a system like this, I can go in and even set the fan to a auto speed, a low, a medium, a high speed. You know, the fan's variable speed and turn it off before it comes on. But we're fixing to go outside and we're fixing to tackle this right here. So, yeah. Fault code 179. If you ever come across this code, the first thing you need to do is you need to check and make sure you have power at the outdoor unit. Because in this situation, we all have came across breakers at the main panel outside, and we're fixing to walk out there right now. Yeah, the first thing I walked around here and saw, which gave me a great sense of, I'm talking a whole lot of relief because I thought something was actually wrong. That wasn't lit up. My surge detector wasn't lit up. So, and that is actually wired into the incoming side of power on this box. I'll just prick the crap out of my finger. I'll try to do this without taking that screw out. I don't want to. So yeah, that's actually wired on the incoming side of power, not the load side. So you know how you have line and load? So I've got to get 240 volts to this box, and then I can get it to this unit. So we're fixing to go do a little break and shake. And I came around to this lovely thing right here, where the power company likes to deliver me some lovely electricity. So yeah, it's this breaker right here. And I actually, when I took my old unit out, I put it on an old breaker. So I didn't actually replace the breaker, if that makes sense. I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. Or did I? No, I didn't. Or maybe I did. I don't know, but either way it goes, it went bad because listen at this crap. Well, it might actually want to work this time. As you can see, that breaker is clearly on. And what do I have? Nothing. As an HVAC technician, and it's probably gonna start arcing and sparking and making noises here in a second if I touch it. But both of those, it's on there tight. It is on there. But my thing is, every other breaker has 240 volts on it, except for the one I just flipped. All right, and I drug all new wires. So there's no nicks or nothing in the wire. Everything's grounded like it's supposed to be. But this is more for the technician side. All right, for you new technicians out there, you will see this time and time again where breakers will only give voltage through one side. You'll have 120 volts on both sides to ground, but you won't have 240 volts across both legs together. And I'm about to show you what I mean. So I got this right here. Lovely thing right here. It'll keep you from getting shocked, and it'll tell you a whole lot. Put this on volts. I'm not going to turn the light on because last time I did it, you could not see it. All right, I'm going to try to one-handedly do this. So as you can see right now, just a random breaker. What do I have? Well, I can't get it on there good. All right, what do I have? 240, right? So what about this one right here that's vacant and open? I'm getting shocked. Hold on, let's try this again. Well, basically, you see I got 240, all right? Now, let me try and do this way. I'm gonna go like this, or maybe like, yeah, like that right there, okay. And this thing's probably gonna start sparking at me in a minute. But I'm gonna put this just on ground, kind of right there. All right, and I'm gonna touch it to one of these. 123, right? All right, so what about this one? 123, right? To ground. All right, now here's the fun part. Put it across both of them. What do I have? 0. You'll see that a whole lot. But then, what about this one? Well, let me get on the actual lugs. See? 240 right there across both of those. So this breaker has got to come out. Place this one. Ugh, it's got stuff in it. But a few moments later. All right, now let's see what we got now. I like to play with my breaker like that, you know what I'm saying, to make sure it's tight and ain't gonna arc. Hit it a couple times, you'll piss it off. But anyway, now let's see what we got around here. Wow, I'm gonna have to get another damn surge protector. Oh no! Yep, I heard it wheezing. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get another surge protector. The surge protector definitely done its job because it's saying off, protection diminished. So I'm gonna have to freaking replace this thing. Is why you need to have a surge protector, people. Let me turn my light off. All right, so it looks like I've got all my normal indicator lights. Everything's looking normal. My red light is on for high voltage. And I don't really know what that light's for. I can't see. That's just another LED status light, I'm guessing. You got a green light for my low voltage, and status code is on. So, as you can see, both of them are on and not flashing, so that means stand by. Now, I'm about to go turn this thing on, make sure we don't have any fault codes while in operation, because we got a whole list of codes that could possibly be, you know, I mean, if it wasn't for that surge protector, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say I'd be replacing that board right there, for real, seriously. I mean, look at it and try to guess at how expensive it is, which I don't have to worry about it because it's under warranty and I can do it myself. But I mean, come on now, seriously. When an HVAC technician comes to your house and he says you need a surge protector, this is one of those reasons why you should definitely listen to your HVAC technician. They're not just trying to sell you something, because this thing right here protected this thing right here. So, yeah. All right. And the code has went away. Now we need to, I mean, how humid is it? It ain't that humid. I normally keep mine at 74. Let's see if it wants to. No, we don't need gas heat. We don't need it. Gas heat works. The gas heat is what kept me going. What I need is that. You lying son of a gun. It wants to run through a self-test. Yep. Which, I mean, I can understand that because you just regained communication with the outdoor unit. And we're gonna zip back outside. So we're back outside now. And now I'm gonna sit and wait until I see those lovely, just like in my heat pump video about Bryant Evolution Bryant Evolution 18-series heat pump. I'm gonna wait till those lights start doing their little flashy flash. I need to clean these leaves around my unit. Alright. Sit here. I'm gonna have to wait for it to go through its little self-check system test. Oh, there it goes. Something just flashed. Or something just clicked, should I say. I'm very upset about my surge protector. Goodness gracious. I mean, I'm not upset because it did its job. That thing probably that breaker probably sat there and arced that this unit probably, ain't no telling how many times. There's no telling how many times, dude. And that surge protector literally prevented that thing from surging this board. Oh. Oh no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hooray! Hooray! I don't know why I remember both of them flashing. Let this thing speed all the way up, that way I know it's working like it's supposed to. This thing's scaring the crap out of me right now. Oh no! Oh no, we got a fault code! It says, hold on, let me count this. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I lost count. I gotta do it again. It'll do it again. Alright, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, for dolphin's sake. All right, let's go to the drawing board. So now, that's when this comes in. Oh wait, maybe that's normal. I'm so dumb. Or, was that 6-8 or 8-6? I'm trying to figure out. Please don't let that be. Fan inverter current lockout. Was it 6-8 or 8? If it was 6-8, that means it's in its 10-minute stage 2 warm-up delay. So it's not going to let it go above second stage for 10 minutes. Or until it warms up, because I mean the inverter hadn't ran in a while, so I'm sure it's gonna sit here and warm everything up. I just hope to God it's not the other way around, because, well, I mean, if it was a fan inverter lockout, I don't think my fan would be running right now because it would be pulling too many amps. So it's got to be the 6-8, the what you call it, the 10-minute 2-stage warm up. Because normally that thing would have came on and been running 5th stage already right now. Just to make sure I don't have a code, I'm about to walk inside. That's ridiculous. I should know everything about that unit because it's in my backyard and I put it in. And no, because the fan inside has sped up to 5th stage. So, okay, it's staging up. Or no, actually it's not. It's not going to go above 3rd stage because I keep forgetting. If it's above 55 degrees outside, this unit will not go above 3rd stage. If it gets to 55 degrees or below, it will go to 5th stage. So, I mean, I know that. I figured that out the first time I turned the heat on. I was like, does this thing not go above 3rd stage? And then as soon as it dropped to 55, it sped all the way up. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. All right, flash code, amber LED. All right, that's the orange one, not the green one. The green one, I'm pretty sure that means we have power. But it says, if it was flashing 1 and pause, that means variable speed, variable capacity mode. And that's normally what you will see, unless you're in a situation where the outdoor unit, which you remember I said yesterday, or not yesterday, but you remember I said earlier in the video how if the outdoor unit can't communicate, then it doesn't know what temperature it is outside currently, like at the unit. It doesn't matter what the weather says. What matters is exactly where this thing is pulling in air through those coils right there and pulling it out of that fan, because the air that's outside but next to this unit is the air that's going to be touching, interacting with the refrigerant, and that's extremely important. So right now we're not really in fully variable capacity mode, as you can see. So I'm gonna go down to the 6-8. All right. Yeah, that right there, 33 would have been a bad one. 3-3. So yeah. You don't want to have a high torque event, a low torque event. You know what I'm saying? High torque lockout. Dude, those inverters, they don't really have a lot of torque, but when they get to running full speed, they can definitely maintain that speed. But yeah, as you can see, this is all the codes. And basically it goes by the first one, the first LED, and then which is the first number. So that orange LED, the first number, it's either going to go, it's fast pauses, and then fast flashes, and then fast flashes and then slow flashes. I'm tongue tied as crap right now listening to this thing. But yeah, so there's actually not a fault code. Do the old feel the, oh my gosh, that is hot, dude. Oh yeah, man, of course it's hot. It's a dang heat pump and it's 64 degrees outside. And that's all it boils down to. The Bryant Evolution inverters, they will not open themselves wide open all the way, because the head pressure would be, I mean, you got, like I said, you got a compressor that'll spin at 5,000 RPMs, and it picks up heat a lot better than a single stage unit will. So the indoor fan, though, is only going to go as fast as what it's programmed to, as in the indoor fan's only going to spin as fast as, number one, the size motor that's in there and the size system it is. Like, I could have put a 2.5 ton outside, or no, there's no 2.5 ton. I could have put a 2 ton out here and still kept the same size furnace if I wanted to. It would tell that Connex control on the wall that, look, okay, even though that you can fully ramp up to the size of a 3 ton or the size of maybe even a 4 ton, you know, you don't need to go faster than the size of a 2 ton. So it's kind of like it puts a governor on it. You know what I'm saying? All based off of the size of this right here. So, yeah. But you got to be careful when you're mixing and matching stuff like that. It's best to match it up how it needs to be matched up, you know? So, yeah. All right, I'm going to try to focus in on that. So right now, one pause. We're no longer doing the 6/8 because we're out of our second stage warm-up. So basically, it's no longer just locked in second stage anymore. And to verify that with the board, because I did hear the inverter change RPMs. We're now in variable capacity mode, which is one pause. So we're no longer at that 6/8. Where is it at? Which is 10-minute stage 2 warm-up. That's another thing about these units. They don't just go full speed. They have to warm themselves up first. That's one of the things about Bryant system. They don't just jump in there as fast as they can go. So yeah, we're back in variable capacity mode. There's nothing wrong with it. We don't have any other additional faults. I will be replacing this thing right here though, like within the next week or so. I'm not gonna do it now, but so yeah. Yeah, that light right there, pay attention to that light when you open the door on one of these things, you know? And that's what I mean by communicating. Anything that goes on out here, or even under the house, you know what I'm saying? Or at the air handler or the furnace, it will send it to the Connex controller. So number one, the homeowner knows. Number two, the company I used to work for probably got about 2 or 3 emails from my thermostat automatically because my system was faulting out. So yeah, it also sends a fault to your dealer or to the installer or the company that put it in. So yeah. We're back up and running, you know what I'm saying? Ever so quietly, just like it always does. I think it's running 3rd stage right now, but it's doing its job. That thing is currently pulling about 7 amps, so not too bad. 7 lovely old amps. So that one's going right into this breaker right here. Yep. So that's what, 21-degree temperature rise off of a heat pump that's not even running full speed. I mean, that's to be expected. It's 64 degrees outside though, so you know. So now you see how that's no longer blank right there, because that sensor outside is telling it, look, it's this exact temperature outside. So I actually go to my thermostat for the temperature. Like, I'll go on my Evolution app to see what the actual temperature is outside, not what the weather says. Because I want to know what it actually is in my backyard or in my yard, or you know, when I walk outside. So I can freaking feel the crap out of that heat though. Like, it's swarming my face right now. To answer your question, do HVAC technicians fix their own units? Of course we do. Why wouldn't we? You mean I'm supposed to call somebody else just because I'm tired or because I don't feel like fooling with my own unit? That's tuna fish. That's what that is. Yep. So that is it. that is it right there. I mean, that would have took me 10 minutes if I didn't decide, hey, I'm gonna put it on YouTube, help somebody out, you know. I am a little bit appalled. I did replace that breaker because I did all new. I did not put, number one. I know I did because I could. It was the old breaker. The lugs were so corroded I couldn't even put a flat head on it. So I did replace the breaker. That's why I don't like GE breakers. GE and Square D. Yeah, no, we're just not going to talk about that. But hey, now I'm gonna say this: when you're dealing with one of them units, it is not always going to be that easy. I mean, you're just supposed to always start with what you don't have first. Do you have 24 volts? Do you have 240 volts? You know what I'm saying? Do you have the power you need there? Okay, you got power. Next thing, do you have anything open that's supposed to be normally closed? Do you have anything closed that's supposed to be normally open? Like a sensor, an EEV valve, a pressure equalization valve, because that unit does have one of those in there. Like once it cuts off or cycles off, or if I turn it off, within 2 minutes, you will hear it go click. It'll sound like the reversing valve click, and you'll hear the pressure go shh. That's not the reversing valve, that's the pressure equalization valve, because after the unit finishes running, the suction side and the liquid side are different pressures. They're different pressures while they're running, and they're still different pressures after they finish running. And that's why heat pumps and air conditioners and thermostats, they have time delays built into them now. 5-minute time delays. Some are 3, some are 5, but it's primarily 5. But that system right there, whether or not it still has a time delay on it, but that pressure equalization valve helps, especially when it's going in and out of defrost, because you'll hear it make that you'll actually hear it go twice. Like one's a reversing valve, or really 3 times. One's a reverse, twice it's a reversing valve, and then once it's the pressure equalization valve. So yeah, that's this bump on my face is bothering the crap out of me, and I'm tired of looking at it. But yeah, you'll have times where it actually will lose communication and still have power on it. That could be an inverter fault. You know, an inverter board fault like that. Board will actually lose communication, or for some reason that chip on the unit, or sometimes it'll be where you hook up the thermostat wires. It'll be loose, or sometimes somebody made a splice. You know, when you go to first power one of those units up, you got all the wires hooked up, the red, the white, the green and yellow, which you're not required to hook up all 4 of them. It's just the green and yellow you need for the heat pumps, because on a communicating system, you don't have 24 volts going through those wires. It's little signals. Say, hey, run heat pump. Hey, open the pressure equalization valve. Hey, switch over to gas heat and disable the heat pump. Hey, run second stage. Hey, run fifth stage. Hey, run second stage plus dehumidify in cooling mode. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So it talks to it. You see what I'm saying? Let's see, what's another way those things can fault out? Somebody weed whacked it. Somebody just straight weed whacked that thermostat wire. That'll lose communication. Sometimes you just, where that 4-pin connector goes in, it could be corroded, it could be a bug in there, it could pop loose. Maybe you didn't tighten it down all the way when it was put in, or maybe it just slipped loose, or maybe the one wire broke. And sometimes you can get yourself out of having to pull an entirely new thermostat wire if you pick a different wire, because wires don't know color. We know color, but under those colors is the same copper or aluminum or the same conductor. So that's why when I run new thermostat wires, I don't run just 3-wire or 5-wire. I run a heat pump wire, which has got red, yellow, black, blue, green, orange. Sometimes it may have pink. What color did I miss out on? Sometimes there might be a gray in there too. But you want to run that type of wire because sometimes a wire will break off or it will be touching another wire. And if you figure out which wires are touching or is broke, you can just knock that wire out and pick a different wire. So just because it says green and yellow on the board or at the 4-pin connector, as long as you know which one is which, you can hook up pink and brown, red and white, blue and yellow, blue and orange, black and brown, any color combination, you know. But it can get more confusing, you know. But if you're just trying to get them running, trying to get them back running, hey, pick a different wire. You ain't got to drag a whole nother wire. But for the next person that has to come back, they're gonna be confused as crap, because unless you put a note on there that's, you know, it's just, I don't know. But yeah, that's my little video for tonight. Gosh, I was not expecting to be bothered with my own unit, except for servicing it and maintaining it. I don't know what would have caused it to do that though. Just maybe it was just a bad breaker, or maybe I don't know. But whatever it was, if it wasn't for that surge protector, I'd be pulling that gum entire refrigerator off the back end of that unit, because that's what it is. It's a dang refrigerator. That's what it is. It's a computer. It's a brain. It is a TV without a projector screen. So yeah, y'all hit that subscribe button. And if you are a Bryant dealer, make sure that you're putting surge protectors on these units. If you're an HVAC technician, period, technician, installer, whatever, put some type of surge protector or light and arrestor on these units, because stuff like that, dude, we all know the new units are a lot more sensitive and meticulous than the older ones. The older ones, all you had was a contact and a capacitor. A power surge or whatever is not going to damage that unit as bad as it will damage one of these, because it could literally nuke that entire board. And as you can see, there had to be some type of surge that happened in that breaker or on that panel as to the reason why my protection has been diminished, because it's not lit up. It has power on it, but my protection has been diminished. So that's what it is. I'm out. Go out and have a great day.